Check. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Chew and You podcast.
Hey yo, I'm coming for them duffel bags and gold teeth. This game been saturated, written for my nosebleeds. I like that propane and spit that dragon breath. I got that product for the low, all hell my connect. I've seen the nicest people plotting with the worst intent. I've seen my enemy.
And welcome back to the Chew and You podcast. Little old Chew is not with us today. Like I was mentioning on Facebook Live, he is actually in the stray. His high blood pressure got out of the whack, and hopefully by next week he'll be back and ready to go. I know he's doing a lot better. So guys, keep on sending those prayers out there so he can feel a little bit better on there. Yeah, that helps a lot. By the way, Pat in the house, Mr. Pat Oliva in the house.
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
all right, Pat. Finally got him in the house. We got a guest in the house. We finally got one.
I know.
Hey, and Pat's been waiting for quite a while, man. And I will get to that story in just a second. First of all, I want to thank Ovidio Brothers Electrical. Thank you for another month for sponsoring. Sergio's doing a lot better. Got a hold of him. He had back surgery, and he's doing 100% better now. So he's okay, and he's walking. So that's a plus. Also, we like to thank Hemp It Up in McAllen, Texas. Thank you very much. We appreciate your sponsorship. And I know they had a big event this past Saturday at I believe it was a martial art event in Edinburgh in Bert Ogden Arena, if I'm not mistaken. That was fun. And also, Barrera Plumbing, call Gabriel, man. We'll be posting them all the stuff right here in the middle of the show. You'll see them right here in front. Let you know their phone number. You want to get a hold of Plumber. And also, our oh gosh, what's their name? R and N, I believe. Oh man, if I messed that up, I'm sorry, Ruben. I know Ruben. Ruben's a great guy. He does disinfectant for COVID-19 and a lot of other good stuff. I will put all his information right here in front. Trust me, guys. You want to get this done, especially with the COVID, with a vaccine coming in, and you want to clean up the house. This is the guy you want to call, man. Get everything cleaned up for you. So that's what our sponsors are for this month, and hopefully a lot more for next month. But anyways, let's get back to the main attraction, Mr. Pat. How you doing, man? How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm just here right now, so I'm ready.
So we were talking about a few minutes ago. We were talking about different styles of music that you play. But first of all, let's get to know you a little bit better. I mean, where you're from, how'd you get started? Give us the whole.
All right, I
will. The memoirs of Pat.
Memoirs. Alrighty, so right now, I'm 21. I go to school at UTRGV. My major, I'm doing computer science, but I recently got my minor in music, so I'm excited for that. It's a lot of classical guitar, but it's for technique. And then, before, I was born in Harlingen, and then I was raised in Weslaco.
All right.
But I was sent to the school called Idea Donna, so
there you
I came
go.
from an Idea school.
There you go, the best place to be in Donna. There you go, what, buddy?
Yeah.
All right.
And then, I was there for elementary, middle school, and high school. So I graduated straight through there.
That's good.
And then through that, I just, started playing guitar in middle school. I would always join the talent shows in the elementaries.
Awesome.
So I would sing at first, and then I didn't start playing till I was in middle school, but I didn't really take it that serious until high school for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I started helping out around my church, and from there singing for the choir there.
That's awesome.
And everything like that. So and then from there I started building myself up.
And what actually inspired? I mean, at one point when you're growing up and you're singing, the first thing you started doing the singing thing.
Yeah.
And then what made you want to pick up the guitar and start learning?
Well, my dad always played it, so
Okay.
I would always see him play it, but I would never learn. And then I started just playing it, and I would just ask him questions if needed.
Right.
But then other than that, I just learned on my own, going with it.
That's
and for writing, because I also write my own original
That's
songs. So,
awesome, bro. That's really good. That's really good.
That's like a cool story, because I was in middle school. I think it was like a youth group thing at my church, but my friend, he was outside. I didn't know him yet, but his name's Adrian.
Okay.
So he's really awesome. He's doing his own thing with his band and stuff.
All right.
But right now, I met him, right? And he was playing a song or something on guitar, because I never seen another person play. I was little.
Okay.
And then I asked him, I was like, "What's up? What are you doing?" And he's like, I'm just I'm playing guitar. I'm playing a song. And I'm like, "Oh, what song is it? Because it sounds nice." And he's like, "Oh, it's my own." So I was like, out of like back then when you're little,
Blew you away.
I didn't think we could write our own songs. You know, like I always thought it was like the famous artist or
Right,
something.
and then you just have to play their music. That's
Yeah,
just-
exactly.
Yeah,
So that's
gotcha,
what I
gotcha.
thought. And then once I knew that we could write music, I got motivated by him, by himself. And
That's
then,
awesome.
Yeah, and he was able to help me out a little bit. Like I wrote my own music, and then he would play it with me, and things like that. And then he actually got me like a little notebook. I still have it.
Oh, yeah, it was-
And it was like he put like keep writing, don't stop writing. or
That's awesome,
something.
man. That's
So, yeah.
awesome. That's good that you had somebody as an inspiration, not only your dad, but you also had somebody on the outside to inspire you a little bit more to
Yeah.
do it on your own.
It's pretty cool.
That's cool. And then we're having also a story that you actually got accepted. Oh, well, you were trying to get into.
Oh yeah, Berkeley College
Berkeley,
of Music
College
in
of Music.
Boston though.
That's
'Cause-
awesome, man. That's
yeah.
awesome. And what's the whole story on that? Well, I mean, you were saying that basically funds. That's what kind of held you
Yeah,
back
the
a little bit.
funds held it back a lot of it.
Uh-huh. No,
Yeah.
no, it's all, and that's what happens sometimes. Sometimes it's the funds, and you just gotta bite the bullet and find another option to
Yeah.
go a different direction. And I'm glad RGV helped you out over RGV University.
Yeah, UTRGV.
UTRGV, and you finished up your is this your minor or is this your?
Oh no, I'm finishing up my major soon, but
Okay.
I just got my minor, so it's gonna be a little bit longer till I graduate.
Oh, it's all good, man. Well, the
Yeah.
thing is, you've made an imprint already.
Yeah.
And the funny thing about Pat, the way I met him, it was we were doing a podcast called the Texas Hyenas at the time. Me and my buddy went out to the eatery. Shout out to the eatery, Mike. We were out there and Pat was playing, man. I think he was playing an Ed Sheeran song at the time.
Yeah.
And I've heard I'm not gonna put down anybody, but I've heard other bands play and they try to sound like the actual vocalist
Person.
or the person, or the artist. And there's some that do a very good job. There's some that come very close. But the thing about Pat, that what I liked about it is that it was his own style into the song, and that was awesome. I was like, wow. And I was
Yeah.
telling my buddy Demon, I go, man, this kid's actually pretty good. He goes, yeah, I know, man. This is actually I like. It kind of reminds me a little bit of a Bob Dylan folk art play. I go, yeah, man, kind of does sound like Bob Dylan
Cool.
folk art. And it goes, pretty cool. And he goes. Maggie Oliva says, woohoo, Pat, okay, Tia Maggie, okay, Tia Maggie, hi, Tia.
Yeah, that's my tia. Hey tia.
Yeah, and I said, you know what, this kid's good, man. I'm going to go up there and see if I can get him on the podcast, man. Go for it. And that's when we were just barely starting off. But we already had a couple of guests in front. And I go, you know what, I got to get this kid as soon as possible.
Nice.
So, but it was awesome, man. And I like the fact the way you set up, you had your whole bulletin board on the side with all your social media stuff.
Yeah.
Even the Cash App on the bottom
Yeah,
for
I
the
had
tips.
to get them going. People actually did it.
It's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
so it's
awesome,
pretty
man.
cool.
That's awesome. But you got to tell the funny story how you got in the eatery, man.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's an interesting one.
Yeah, so this is on my perspective. But they got a different perspective. So I had a friend that took me there for the first time, and I was like, wow, this place is really cool. And he's like, yeah. He's like, and I'm like, oh, there's a stage. I was like, maybe I could ask to play and stuff. And he's like, no, it's always empty. Like whenever I'm there, so just the next day or Wednesday, just go and show up and then just set up your stuff. So he's the one that told me, and I was like, okay, I'll do it.
There you go.
Might as well because they don't have anyone playing.
Look
and
for the opportunity. That's what
so that's what I did. I just got up and played, and then Mike came up to me. I didn't know it was Mike first,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Hey, you're playing?" And I was like, "Well, yeah, I'm playing." He's like, "Well, we didn't schedule you or anything." I was like, "Oh my goodness!" So I told him, I was like, "Okay, well, let me play, and then and you'll see how I am. If not, then I'll go away. I'll pack
exactly,
up and go."
Exactly.
But yeah, and that's what I did, and then from there, I just I was able to stay on for a little while.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, because I think almost every other weekend you were on there, man.
Yeah,
You were-
for a
you were-
while.
You were on a roll, and then suddenly they started getting. I've been going recently. Well, every Saturday we try to go out there and just have a beer or eat something real quick, and they have different bands. I know
Yeah.
this past St. Patty's, they had what's it called? They were called the Spinoffs. They played nothing but 80s. Very
Yeah,
good band. I
nice.
spoke to the manager. Hopefully he gets in contact with us so we can have him on the air also. But
Nice.
yeah, man, I was noticing like every weekend you were there. Pat's playing. Oh, man, let's go see what he's playing today. Oh, let's go see what he's going to play this time. Every
Yeah.
single time. And that was awesome, man.
Yes,
That's
sir.
good. And as far as like inspiration, as far as like artists, what do you follow? That says, you know what, I want to sound, not really sound like this person, but kind of go into that style.
Oh, okay. So, I'm more into the pop stuff because I grew up with country because, my family always had the radio on country.
Uh-huh.
So I picked that up a little bit in the beginning, and then I started leaning more to pop. And that's from them. My favorite artist, I know he's like near my age, but his name is Shawn Mendes. He's very famous.
Okay,
and everything.
yeah.
Yeah, I always like to look up to him because he's like around my age, and he made such an impact on writing songs on his own too.
That's awesome. That's
so
awesome.
That's how I like that. So I mean, I got intrigued by him.
You got Rosie Olivas that Ern says, I'm so proud of you, my patito.
Oh, thank you.
Patito, all
Yeah,
right.
they say patito.
There you go. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
So go on. I mean, so you wanted to head out and sound like what was it?
Yeah,
Shawn Mendes?
Shawn Mendes. He's my inspiration. He's the one that like kept me going per se. And then a lot of people just told me I sounded like the other pop people like Ed Sheeran or Justin Bieber. That's what they told me.
There you go.
Like my songs were similar to that too.
The style.
Yeah, the style that I had. So I just carried on, and then I just kept going, and I'm learning and I'm still writing and everything, just like any other musician.
That's good. And you know what? As I'm looking at the comments here, you got a little good fan base. I mean, most of it's family, but when you got family behind you and they're pushing you to be an artist, man, that's awesome. That's an awesome feeling. That's great, especially when you have a home base fan base already, which is your family's always going to be your home base. Families. That's awesome. They help you. They push you to say, "Hey, keep going, mijo. Keep going."
Yeah, they do.
Keep going.
They push me a lot.
You gotta love the advice too. No, mijo, but you know what? You need to change it like this a little bit, and maybe sound like this. I always got that growing up. But yeah, man, that's awesome. And then your story about guitar. You say you just over in it was in San Antonio where you got your guitar.
Oh yeah. That was during the audition. So when I went up to the Berkeley audition, I thought I did I thought I did terrible, but I really didn't. But you overthink and stuff.
Right.
So I was in my head, and then after the audition, my dad, I was with my dad and little brother, and then we just went to the guitar shop, and we went there and we were chilling and looking at all the guitars, and the first one I saw was the one I have, and it's a Larrivee. And I really liked it, and I was like, nah, it's never gonna happen, because you go into a guitar shop, they're expensive. You're like, I'm just there to look.
Right.
So then we kept looking at other guitars, and I even played to one of the employees there because he was a really good artist. I don't know how to say it. He would give great advice on how I should change my styles and stuff.
Okay.
So that's what he did, and then I always joke with my dad about things like, oh, hey, let's get that one, and it's and he's like, yeah. So we were joking, and he pointed at the one I wanted, and he saw it himself too, and I was like, yeah, give me that one. That one's so cool. But I was just joking around. And then I go to the restroom, and then I come out, and then I see that he's buying it.
Oh, man, that's awesome. That's awesome.
It was really cool.
That's awesome. That's awesome, especially coming from a father's point of view. I mean, giving your son something that what they like to do, and their son is inspired by it, and they want to do the same thing. It's an awesome feeling, man. Yeah. I mean, being a dad already for a good 9 years already. I mean, seeing stuff my son does, and he gets inspired. For instance, doing the whole YouTube or the podcast, he has his own YouTube channel because he wants to do it too. He wants to do what Dad's doing, and
it's awesome.
It's awesome. I mean, it's an awesome feeling. And Dad, keep pushing him, man. Keep pushing him. Push him out there, man. Because the kid's good. I mean, the kid's good. I've been in the RGV scene for quite a while, and I've seen a lot of artists. And coming from my point of view, I'm not gonna say I'm the professional in as far as a producer or anything like that, but sound-wise, it sounds very good. And I mean, all hands to you, man. It sounds really good when you're on stage, dude. It sounds really good. Now, what else I wanted to ask you? Now, is there anything upcoming as far as gigs or anything that you're planning to play anytime soon?
Bro, I just need to contact them, and then once I contact them, I can schedule it. But right now, I want to learn. Right now, I'm learning music, more covers on different variations, not just pop or not pop country, more of oldies. I'm trying to learn 80s. And I'm trying to learn other other styles too.
That's good.
So I want to keep that up. I usually play at the Daily Grind. That's when I contact them.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's right. That's the coffee shop down the street here from close to the Roundtable podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool. And what time do you play on those days?
Sometimes I think in the afternoon. Usually on Fridays at 5. Yeah, but not this Friday, obviously. I got to contact them earlier.
Yeah, all right.
But I'll for sure let them know in my post. If you guys want to follow my Facebook, my Facebook page is Pat Oliva 21. You just type that up, and it should be there with me on a red shirt playing guitar.
There you go.
And then I got my other social medias, but right now...
Punch them out, man.
All
Punch them out.
So for Snapchat, it's Patrick_Oliva 21. And then for Twitter, it's the same thing. So Patrick_Oliva 21. And then my TikTok is Patricio_Oliva21.
There you go.
And then same thing for my Instagram. Oh wait, no, that's my personal. So my
no,
music.
don't go to that one.
Yeah,
go to that
don't
one.
go to my
No, no,
personal.
no.
It's private, so I won't
private.
accept it. But my music account is Patricio_Oliva_music. So that one's for sure. And then I think that's pretty much it from what I got so far.
And next time I see you play, Tia just told me, man, next time I see you, I'm going to have to call you Patito. Where to go, Patito?
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate that.
It's all good, man. That's good. So, as far as, you say you're writing original music.
Yes, sir.
Now, most of the original music, I know as an artist, from artist to artist, writing originals can be sometimes super tough. For me, it was writing music, making music on my guitar was just like breathing air for me. Now, writing the lyrics to the music, I would struggle.
Yeah.
Struggle a lot because I didn't know what to write about. I could write about my day, just didn't like the way it sounded. Okay, no. Write about what happened yesterday or what happened last year or a point in my life. It never came out. What do you do to actually come out and write lyrics like that?
A lot of people have like different ways of writing. Like some are really structured and organized. Like some people want to be like that, but other times it's just what you're feeling, you know. So like when I was a kid, because I've been writing since 7th grade and stuff. So like there was literally times when I would sit down and take like hours and hours of writing one song because I got the guitar but I didn't get the lyrics. And then there would be like, I think it was like the next year when I just knew what to write. I already had it in my head and it flowed and it just flowed. So it's more with your feelings. Like don't be afraid to confront your feelings because a lot of people are like, oh yeah, like because I mean, a lot of people are afraid to confront their feelings and show them because that's what a song is. It's all about your feelings. And I know some musicians say like, oh, that's not about me. But to an extent, it's a part of you is going in there. So it is about you. Maybe it's seeing a different perspective of someone else's problem, but you have a feeling towards that. Yeah. So you got to make sure you feel your song. Gotcha. And it does deal to me a lot with feeling because that's how I write. Like whatever I feel, I write down on paper. And that's what I usually get the words from. Like I write down phrases, and then I pick and choose those phrases, and then from there, sometimes it just flows, and I just write, and it works, and I keep going and writing and keep writing. Right. Other times, I get the beat or like a rhythm on the guitar, and then it's hard to create the melody. Right. So sometimes I do. I've heard about this. I usually tell like beginning people writing music that it's like a journey. So I learned this from because I went to a summer program in Berklee College of Music in Boston. Okay. During my junior to senior, like when I was gonna hit senior year, and what did I do? Oh yeah, they were talking about writing music because it was about songwriting. And he said it's like a journey. All right. So the first verse is like describing that journey on whatever it is. Like say if you're talking about love, so describe that love and explain it. And then you have that pre-chorus, before it hits the chorus. Right. So that one should be like the build-up to, the main theme of the song. Right. So yeah, and then you hit the chorus, and that's the main theme, always gonna be said. Like if you're saying you love that person, you're gonna put that in the chorus. And then you do the second verse, another piece of that journey, another detail. Right. And then the bridge is like a secret. That's what they told me. It's like a secret. Really? So something that is hidden so that the audience doesn't know yet. And then in the bridge, you reveal that. And then from there, you go back to why you love that person. Or like things like that if we're talking about love in a song. Dang, boy. You just opened up the airways for me to write something down. Yeah, it's like a little secret. It helps. And then, but it's really about confronting your own feelings and towards a song because a lot of people are just want it to be structured, but you're never going to create you're never going to create a good song like that if you don't like put a little bit of yourself into it. Because if not, it just feels like it's like a job you don't like, It feels like you're just not, you got to be yourself. It's not fun anymore, pretty much. Exactly. So then you just get bored and throw it to the side, and you don't want to do that when you're writing. So you got to. Man, that's good, man. I'm glad. Man, you just pretty much structured everything that I want to learn how. I struggle. I can write, like I said, like writing music is not a big deal for me. I can do it. Yeah. It's the lyrics that kill me sometimes. I'm trying to write, and then it's just like a writer's block. You go, okay, that's all you got. That's it. You pass it on to somebody else so they can finish up for you. And I could never do that. So, but I mean, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. Nice. Coming from somebody that really broke it down for me. I mean, other artists have told me, oh, we just got to write about your day. And
That's basically it. Just write about your day and how you're feeling, and that's it.
What?
You pretty much tore it into a little notebook for me and said, this is what you got to do. And you placed it right, which is your beginning, your chorus, the bleed, and then your verse.
Yeah.
And that's what it's all about, and that's awesome. So, I mean, people that don't understand what we're talking about, we're sorry.
Yeah, I apologize, but hopefully you guys are interested. You guys should search it up. It's cool.
But that's awesome, Pat.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's like poetry, but I don't write poetry, but technically I do because I write songs, but that counts as poetry per se.
That's awesome. And like I said, we're getting more over here. He's always been my patito. I really hope you don't mind too much. Mi rey, Tio Ro.
I appreciate it,
Tio
guys.
Ro is that you just overwhelm me with emotion, hope, and pride. And then you got Ismaela. Sorry if I'm pronouncing it all wrong. Yes, Patricio Oliva. I hope your music dreams come true. I love you, and that's awesome.
Thank you, appreciate it.
That's awesome, man.
Much love.
That's a lot of support, and that's what familia is, man. That's what we need.
Yes, sir.
That's great. So, Pat, I'm gonna give you the stage.
Awesome.
Right here, if you want to play a little something for you, can play an original, you can play a cover, whatever you want.
I like originals sometimes.
There you go. Yeah, man. Turn it up. Let's see what you got. Let me turn my mic down. I'm going to turn that mic over there for you a little bit.
Thanks, bro.
Ladies and gentlemen, on the Chew and Ooh podcast, Mr. Pat on the guitar to give you a little something.
Yeah, let me just get some room going.
It's all good. Get some room. Play a note real quick so I can get to all.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Perfect. All right, I'm going to turn my mic down, and we're going to listen to Pat here. Pat, when you're ready to go, let her rip, man.
Yeah.
Just give us the name of the song and a little history of it, and go right into it.
Yeah, so, I mean, this one's the most popular, from what people tell me. They really enjoy this song. I wrote it a few years ago and stuff, but it was cool. They let me know. They're like, man, it's so good, it's so happy and stuff. So, because usually I write a little bit of sad music because that's how people, people get in their feels. That's how I get it sometimes.
I hear you.
But yeah. So this one's called Falling. So whenever you meet someone, right, like someone new or like you see them in person, you just want to know them, right? You want to learn their name. You want to get to knowing them, of course. And then from there, that's when you either start to, once you get to know them, you start to fall in love. You start to get in. Wanting to know them more, wanting to be more than friends, things like that. So, and then there's gonna be people on the saying like, man, you're crazy, like you're never gonna get her, or man, you're crazy, like don't even try, it's too much, too little, all that like negativity and stuff. But in the end, you're falling, and you gotta fall hard, or you don't fall at all. So
there you go.
And I always say, no regrets, man. That's why people are afraid so much of rejection, like in relationships.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be afraid to ask someone out. Like, the worst you're going to get is a no, obviously.
Yep.
So things like that. So this is the song Falling. Hopefully you guys enjoy it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Patricio Oliva on the Chew and Ooh podcast live. Here we go.
Awesome. Got me thinking about the simple things, yeah. You got me wondering about you. Who you are, what's your name, what's the game you're playing, or if this is even something. Is this blue and yellow, or is this black and white? Is this what I'm really feeling, or am I caught up in lies? My friends think I'm crazy, but my heart makes no mistakes. My soul keeps searching, but I think I found my way, and I keep falling for everything you do. Yeah. I'm losing myself in you, and I don't know if this makes sense, but this is what we could be. 'Cause I'm falling for everything you do. Yeah. I'm falling for you. Not afraid to express yourself now. You're not afraid to be different. When you talk, when you laugh, when you sing along to that country song, you got me underneath your spell. It only takes one person to tell, wishing this fairy tale comes true. 'Cause I wanna be that prince for you. My friends think I'm foolish, but my heart knows what it wants. My soul's done searching, 'Cause I know I found the one, and I keep falling for everything you do. Yeah. I'm losing myself in you. And I don't know if this makes sense, but this is what we could be. 'Cause I'm falling for everything you do. Yeah. I'm falling for you. I don't know you do it, but you do it in seconds. But no one tells you apart. You're the strongest person, you're a fighter. You're mightier than anyone I know. You're amazing, that's who you are to me. That's why I'm falling for everything you do. Yeah. I'm losing myself in you. And I don't know if this makes sense, but this is what we could be. 'Cause I'm falling for everything. Yeah, I'm falling. Oh, you know I just keep falling. I'm losing myself in you. And I don't know if this makes sense, but this is what we could be. 'Cause I'm falling. Yeah, you know I'm falling. I just keep falling. Yeah, I'm falling for you. Yeah.
Yes,
sir.
Yeah, and gentlemen. Patricio Oliva, man, damn, there's some hearts out there for him, man.
Yeah.
That was beautiful, dude.
Thank you guys, appreciate it.
Dang, dude, man, that was awesome, man.
Yeah.
Dude, and I'm gonna tell you right now, that I don't even have my mic on so you can hear me. That's how loud I am.
Dang.
Dude, that was awesome, bro. And consider the fact, guys, I'm not gonna downsize the studio. I'm not a professional studio, but the way he played, damn, I sound like a multi-million-dollar studio now.
Yes, sir.
It's awesome, man. That's
Thank
awesome,
you, man.
man.
Appreciate it.
Man, all I can tell you is just keep going, dude.
Awesome.
You got the original stuff. I've heard it at the eatery when you play it. I know you have a couple of more that you have.
Yes, sir.
And they're phenomenal, man. And you just keep going. Keep
Thanks.
going. And eventually, someone out there on Facebook or on the podcast is
Yeah.
going to hear this, man. They're going to hear it and they go, hey, man, I want to get in touch with this guy. I want to collaborate with this guy. This is the guy that I want to collaborate with. And consider the fact I have a lot of hip-hop artists, that come in and come on the podcast. Don't be surprised if you get hit up by a couple of them and say, hey, man, you know what? I want to do something with you. I want to put something here. And I want you to come out on my track.
Cool.
Just be prepared, Pat, because you just opened the floodgates here, man. Because that was an awesome performance, man. I'm gonna tell you that right now. That was great. You know, and it's so, the kid is so humble, man. He's so humble. If you're here in the studio, man, you can feel the vibe. You know, he's a humble kid, man. 21 years old, starting off, man. All I can say, God bless you, man. Keep going.
Yeah.
Keep going. And I mean, it's there. It's there.
Yeah, of course. I was gonna say that. I'm not trying to get too religious here, you know, too much into my faith. But it's all for God too. That's how I started from my church, and from there, it just broadened me out. So from there, it starts there.
And that's awesome, man. And consider, and first of all, I want to say thanks for coming on the podcast, man.
Yes, sir. You got it.
I appreciate you taking the time. I know you just got out of work.
Oh yeah, I did.
And I told you, you know what, man? It's gonna be at 6:15, and we started a little late because that's on my fault because I had technical problems with the computer. It didn't want to play with me today for some reason, but we finally got up and running, and we got the Facebook up and running also.
Yeah.
So this is gonna be an awesome episode on YouTube. Guys, follow it so you can see the actual live performance on there. If you're listening to the podcast, it'll be up on Saturday night or Sunday night. As soon as I get a chance to put it on, but I'll probably put it up a little bit earlier because this was a great podcast.
Awesome, thanks, man.
I mean,
Appreciate it.
Chew, if you're listening or you're watching, you ain't got to come next week. I got this. especially if there's artists. I think I got it from here, man. But no, we want you back in the studio, man, because it's a lot more fun. Because I know he has 1,000 questions for you if he was here, man. And he's a real humble also when it comes to interviewing our guests.
Nice.
But man, dude, I mean, how can I go out closing the podcast after that? I mean, you left me in the it's like having the top. I'm the top act, but the guy who opens up for me just takes the whole show. That's what Pat just did. He just took the show from me, man. He took it from me and said, "Here, I'm done. Take it."
Yeah, I guess.
It was good, Pat. I mean, what you did today on the podcast and you sharing your music with us, it's a gift. It's a gift, and
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Did you want to put one more out there? I don't want to pressure you to push another one on there.
Another song?
If you want to, ladies and gentlemen, do you want to play another
fine.
song? Give me a couple of hearts, man. If you're watching, knock on and follow this, man. I mean, I'd appreciate it. I mean, this is the place to go and toss it out so everybody can hear
do
it.
one more. I can
Let's
do
get
another.
let's get Pat. Let's get Pat one more song to listen. What's the next one, Pat? Tell us one more. Come on.
I'm trying to think.
This,
Let's see.
This is the ovation right here. This is a standing ovation here. The one more at the end of the
Awesome.
concert. One more at the end of the concert, man.
Alrighty, I'll do one of my new ones. I recently wrote this one. It's called "Leads Me Back to You." So it's when you lose somebody, or you basically it's broken, between you guys, and you guys know, but you guys have hope for the future. Hopefully you guys end up meeting back each other, like being back together and stuff like that. It's called "Leads Me Back to You." So hopefully it's a new one, so I might mess up a little bit on the notes and stuff, but hopefully it's good.
I like the way the kid plays, man. Here you go, Pat. One more time for the Chewy New Podcast.
Awesome.
Mr. Pat Oliva, here we go.
Yes, sir. My bad.
Go ahead.
It's so hard to find the words to put on paper to explain how I really feel. So scared to confront all these emotions when I don't have you in my arms. And I know you're thinking I found someone else, or that I'm searching for something new. What you don't know is that this could be the worst mistake of my life, because I lose you. And I'm sorry for what I've done, what I did. I apologize until further notice. But I know that this is right, even if it feels so damn wrong. I'm sorry about this song. And I know that God has passed for everybody. And I hope He leads me back to you. Everything reminds me of you, and I'm going through it all alone. Healing is so weird. One day you're fine, one day you're not, and I'm not having them fine days at all. And I know I need to let you go, 'cause we both need to grow. But I want you, I need you, I feel so many different things around you. You make me so happy. And I'm sorry for what I've done, what I did. I apologize until further notice. But I know that this is right, even if it feels so damn wrong. I'm sorry about this song. And I know that God has passed for everybody. And I hope He leads me back to the I love yous and you love me's, the stupid fights, the amazing dreams we made into reality. The late night drives and holding your hand when we talked in the car, talking nonsense, you laying next to me. How can I just let this be? And I'm sorry for what I've done, what I did. I apologize until further notice. But I know that this is right, even if it feels so damn wrong. I'm sorry about this song. And I know that God has passed for everybody. And I really hope He leads me back to you. Woo.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'll put my mic on. There we go.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Patricio Oliva. Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah, sorry if I got you
That's
guys in your feelings, though.
man. Everybody at home drinking a beer going, I feel it, mijo. I feel it, chinga. You got it on the dot, mijo, chinga. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to the podcast. I appreciate you guys following us. Please subscribe, and I guarantee I'll get you more RGV artists just like Pat here.
Awesome.
Just follow our Facebook page, our Instagram. Follow us on, listen to our podcast on iHeartRadio, on Spotify, Google Podcast, and I think also on Apple Podcast. Also, if I may be wrong, let us know. We'll try to get you on there ASAP. But Pat, you're not going anywhere. Facebook, do not go anywhere. I'm going to close out the podcast. I appreciate you coming on, Pat.
Awesome. Thanks, man.
Man, we will talk to you again in a couple of months down the line.
To see how I'm
to
doing.
see how you're doing, man, because this is somebody I'm going to keep in top with, man. I'm going to make sure I bring them back in because I know we have up to about 11 viewers right now and more people coming in and giving more comments. This is the most we've had in a while.
Oh, wow.
And that's awesome. Thanks, Pat.
Yes,
This is all you, Pat. This is all you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Excuse me. Dang, man. Great music. All I can tell you is that keep going, Pat. Don't stop. And I hope the night Keith Velasquez up in Staten Island, New York, just heard this. Keith Knight, you got to get this guy on your radio station up there in New
Thanks,
York,
man.
man. I will try to get you a sound wave and toss it to you so you can put this on your next podcast, or you can interview him. The kid's very humble, man. Trust me, it'll be a treat. And shout out also to Moon Girl. It went on the podcast on the first night experience. Thank you for going out there and mentioning us out there. That was awesome.
Nice.
So, but other than that, let me stop talking and close the podcast out. Pat, once again, thank you for showing
Yes,
up, man.
sir.
I
Anytime,
appreciate you.
man.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of the podcast. Like I said, subscribe and follow. Next week, we have the Tiger King coming. Hopefully he has the belt, man. That'll be awesome. He has the belt. I want to see what that belt looks like. I'm praying he still has it. If he's not, it's all good, Tiger King, if you don't. We just want you to fill up the podcast with your awesomeness. It'll be awesome to have you in here, man, and a lot of pictures for everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening, and we will see you next week. Laters, Gators.
Later, guys. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Chew and Ew podcast.
Hey yo, I'm coming for them duffel bags and gold teeth. This game been saturated, written for my nosebleeds. I like that propane.